I had a whole thing planned, and I'm just not gonna do it. I woke up today feeling lazy. So yeah, we're just gonna do a lazy kind of flight. A lazy kind of day. And I want Chinese food, you know? I want Chinese food, but I also want to take a flight. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna keep her short and sweet today. Let's see, where do we wanna fly today? Niagara Falls, maybe? Seems like it'd be a good time. Niagara. I guess we'll go out to Ohio and we'll take off from Akron. We'll go from Akron and then we'll head up to not Buffalo, but we'll go to one above it. And I wonder if this sim even has Niagara Falls International. Yeah, this is a very impromptu flight that I figured I may as well like record. Cole said that you guys wanted Flight Simulator 2002 for the next flight. I was gonna run this in X, but I'm like, you know what? I'll run it in 2002. Why not? This is usually the part you don't see. It's behind the scenes, right? Right, so that's 110 for 28 right on a heading of 280 degrees. We can alter the route a bit. We can do Johnstown, Buffalo, and then that'll be about a 6-mile final. So it'll be a short final into Niagara Falls. This is a pretty straightforward flight right here. Going back to 2002, I don't have my scroll wheel thing that I can do. I have to fly in the 2D cockpit. Got some traffic today. Not too bad. And there's a 717 Air Tram. Look at that. Yeah, we gotta keep our eye on Mr. DME here. We got 7, and then we'll switch to, I think that's Johnstown is what it's called. Jonestown. That is James. I was wrong both times. Jamestown. And then that is the longest leg. Yeah, that's 87. If you're new and you couldn't tell already, I like flying radio navigation. It's more fun. It's more rewarding. It also kind of helps the time go by a bit quicker. I do like GPS navigation. I think it's very interesting, and I use it sometimes, but this is just a lot more cooler, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's so cool to me. So I usually do it this way with smaller aircraft. As we switch now to Jamestown. I said Jamestown, totally, and we can't move the thing. Gotta come into the 2D panel here, and now we're cooking. Yup, 83, if you see to the right above my face. 83, 82, 8 to go. You can barely see it, and I think that's got something to do with my like refresh rate, like how I have like some of my NVIDIA settings, so I gotta go in and like change it, but you can see it a little better here. 82 solid. 81.9. I don't guess this one has like the identifier, so we don't get the name, but we do get the mileage. Do we get it on the stack too, right? Yeah, there it is. 79.1. We'll get to Niagara Falls in no time because I am getting hungry. I do want my Chinese food. Some beef lo mein and shrimp egg foo young. Yes. And then get some of those like those fried chips or whatever they put in the bag. There's 2 kinds of those chips, right? Like sometimes they're like noodly and like stringy, and then other times they're like fat and greasy. I like the fat greasy ones, and like they're like airy. Yes, those are the ones. Those are the chosen ones. But I don't think the place that I'm about to get my food from uses those ones. They use the noodly strandy kind, which are good too. There's a buffet that opened up not too far from me. It's like a Chinese buffet, but they're not that good. Like their stuff, it costs $22 and some change to like, you know, eat there. You know, the stuff is just bland. It's the most bland Chinese food I think I've ever had. I'm like, I didn't know Chinese food could be so tasteless. And they have a hibachi station where you can put the stuff on the plate and give it to the guy, and they'll cook it up for you and stuff, right? And then I usually tell them like I want, you know, teriyaki or hibachi sauce. That hibachi sauce like did nothing for the flavor. It was so watery. It was crazy. I'm like, what in the world? This is the most bland hibachi I've ever had. I paid, like at the time they opened, I paid like $30 in total or something ridiculous like that. It was like $35. And I'm like, that's crazy overpriced. I will never come back again. And I went back the other day just to like, you know, see if they came down on the price, and they did. It's 22 now, which still seems like a little much for what they are, but it's all you can eat, I guess. But I don't know, man. Like they have sushi and stuff there too, but I don't trust that sushi. Yeah, I took a look at it and I'm like, I don't know. Something's telling me to stay away from it, and that's probably partly because like I have a really bad experience with buffet sushi. Like the last time I had buffet sushi, I got extremely sick, like really sick. Like I don't think I've had a stomach, I guess, infection, or maybe it was food poisoning. I don't know. That shit hurt like hell. I was up in my room like dying. I was like, I'm never touching buffet sushi like ever again. And maybe one day I will, but I don't know. If it looks like the sushi has been like sitting out for a minute, like I just don't I don't touch it. And I'll never forget like when I ate that sushi too. The salmon or maybe it was tuna. It was something. It was just warm and like slimy, and it slithered down my throat, and I was like, oh, that's horrible. I knew right then and there I was fucked. I was done. Like, there was no way I was not getting sick, right? It didn't last very long. It lasted for like a day, but that was some intense stomach pain, man. And I even swore off like Chinese buffets, like in general. I tried the one that just opened up, yeah, but that was the first time I've had a Chinese food buffet since like 21. It was a long time. Then there was this other time I went to a buffet with a friend of mine, and because they had crab legs, and I was just in the mood for some crab legs, and it was just the most watery crab legs I think I've ever had. I don't know if they over steamed it or it was just flexible crab legs, like, and then you finally got it open, and it's just buckets of water came out the shell, and you had meat. Those it was only like that, so you had that much meat in the leg. It's like, what did you do with this meat, brother? What happened? How did this happen? Like, that crab leg could like bend over backwards. That's not an exaggeration. They picked that crab leg up and said, pew! You know who else does that too? Like, if you ever go to like a sports bar and you know, they got the all-you-can-eat crab during the summer. I still have to go. I haven't been in years, so I want to go back. But like, they'll do that too. Like every cycle, like towards the end of the cycle, I don't know, but like they'll bring out a plate of legs that look amazing, and then you pick it up, and then you go to crack it, and it's just, pew! It just bends. It's like you can fold it. I'm not kidding you. Like, I mean, for those who know, like, you know, right? But you could, like, fold that crab leg. Like, how does this happen? Like, I don't know. Like, you get foldable crab legs. The little tool they give you is useless because, like, you can't crack it because it's just the shell is just squishy, so it just squishes. I don't know. It's funny. So you kind of have to like rip it. You rip the crab leg and some bendy legs. I don't know anything about this airplane, so I've just been kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. Black Square builds one, or they made a Baron that I'm going to get for 2020, and that's gonna be the next video, which I'm excited about. Flight Simulator 2020 just turned 6 years old like a week or two ago. Yeah, we're gonna definitely be giving that another look, and hopefully I like it. I want to like it. I hope that I like Flight Simulator 2020. I would like to incorporate it in the rotation of flight sims, because I know a lot of you guys play the new stuff. You might want to see me try something, you know, newer. See if I have anything to bring to the table in that regard. I will probably use Flight Simulator 2020 like I use Flight Simulator X for smaller turboprops and general aviation, maybe some small jets, right? There's a CRJ model that I thought was really cool looking. General aviation, regional jets. I mean, that's kind of like what I've been enjoying flying the most. Like, I like this. I like the small airplanes, and I've always been an RJ kind of guy anyway. RJ turboprop guy. You know, the general aviation flying has been surprising me. I've been having a blast flying around my Grand Caravan in Flight Simulator X. The Piper Cheyenne that I got that you guys saw in the post doesn't work with Flight Simulator 2004, and that sucks because that's why, like, I got it. By the way, I think that Windows 10 computer, I know I'm talking a lot, Jesus, man. That Windows 10 computer, I'm going to be downgrading to Windows 7. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's been, for the most part, fine for me, but there have been some things that have been happening, and with Flight Simulator 2004 in particular, that I'm just like, it probably wouldn't run like this on Windows 7. So I'm gonna do what I wanted to do and should have done in the first place. And like, I wanted to do it in the first place anyway. It's just the equipment that I got was not Windows 7 compatible. And I know there's a way to like force it to become Windows 7 compatible, but that's not like what I wanted. Part of the reason why I built that system is so that I could have a sort of period accurate system, right? And I thought that, I mean, everybody said that the X270 chipset would be compatible with 7, and it technically is, but there's some driver issues upon installing and some things I can't get on the internet that I needed, and it was a whole thing. I'm pretty sure I put that in the vlog. So I just did Windows 10 and hoped for the best, and at first it was fine. It was fine with all my flight sim stuff, but now that I'm like really gonna start getting into like the nitty gritty of it, and the older software and add-ons for Flight Simulator 2004 probably won't like Windows 10 very much, like my ATR 72500, like the ASRock Cheyenne, even though everybody on the forum, or I'm sorry, everybody on the Discord says that I got mine to work. I'm just like, of course you did. Damn it. Why am I the only one struggling with this shit? My heart wants a Windows 7 PC, and that never went away, so I'm just gonna rebuild system. Not totally, it will look for the most part the same. The only thing that I have to switch out is the board and the CPU and the RAM. So I will literally have like an X270 platform with a 7700K with 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, just chilling with nothing to do. Maybe what I can do is I can build a very small form factor Windows 10 system for Flight Simulator X, but I think what I really would want to do is build a dedicated system for Flight Simulator 2020. I will put Flight Simulator X on it, and maybe X-Plane 11 and 12, and maybe even get into like some of the P3Ds. That's what I would want, because like Flight Simulator, I would want Flight Simulator X to have the best CPU it possibly could to run it. But that's in the future, at least, the dedicated 2020 PC. That's like far in the future, because I don't have that kind of money right now. And who knows when or even if I ever will. That's just another project to do. And I guess for now, for my Flight Simulator X videos, I'll just have to use my main PC, which I have. It's my second build. My second build for Flight Simulator X is on the PC that's recording me playing Flight Simulator 2002 right now. That's what I'm just gonna have to do. Kinda sucks, but what are you gonna do, right? Computer parts, like, I'm just a massive computer hardware nerd. I love that shit. So it's no big thing to me. 10 to go, and the longest leg will be over. Then we're gonna head on. Let me check my notes. We're gonna head on down to Buffalo, which is only, I think, Buffalo's only another 50. Not a short leg, but it's not a really long one either. Gonna make a turn, heading 366. Any minute now. 3, 2. Yep, there it is. Alright, let's turn. So we're gonna follow this out for 13 miles. And actually, you know what? Let's kind of swing it out a little bit. We'll do it like this. We're not gonna make the, my desired altitude in time. And so there's 13. We're gonna start a turn. And we're just gonna kind of, we're gonna go. We're already where we kind of need to be. So we're gonna go out a little ways. Kind of square up. We're just trying to bleed off the altitude. All right, we're gonna turn in because we're plenty far away. And turn in. Hurry. Yep, that's it. Okay. Give me some flaps, baby. Moment we've all been waiting for, and the sun is blinding me. Give me some gear. I don't guess I have to. Got all power. Oof. That sun is brutal. We can do it though. Steady. Oof. She sinks like a rock. Oof. I feel like we're a tad high, but that's okay. It's better to be too high than too low. And next to the center line. Yep. And we're on center line enough. GG. Well, there you have it. Another successful flight. Let's clean it up. Please clean up the plane. Sweet Caroline. Da 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 da. Pull over here and shut her down. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for... Whoops. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Okay, that's good for next time. I hope you enjoyed the flight, ladies and gentlemen. And, Flight Simulator 2002 is always a vibe. I want to thank all of you for, your support, your continued support, and, viewership. Close already to 800. Yeah, next video, I think we're gonna do that Flight Simulator 2020 video. Maybe next week or something. Until then, have a good day. Yeah, we'll end with that. Have a good day. I've never been great with ending videos,